So we've got Brie joining us today from ELDA'S Kitchen. And Brie, we thank you so much for taking time out of your day to sit and chat with us. How's things going?
First of all, thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Everything's going great. How are you guys doing?
We're
Good.
fantastic. It's springtime down here in the South.
Or
So
it's starting to be, yeah.
we've got nice
Yay!
upper 70-degree temperature, sunny days. So we're happy.
Oh, nice.
So a little background about ELDA'S. I think from our standpoint, you guys reached out to us a while back and were gracious enough to send us some samples of some of the sauces that you have, and so we thought it was really interesting. We love the flavors you
I
sent.
love the design.
Yeah,
I
Shell
love the
loved the
whole,
marketing of
yeah.
it, and that's why we wanted to have you on today to give us a little intro into ELDA'S Kitchen and what that brand's about and what your products are about. And I think we've got some interesting questions lined up
Yeah.
for you. We didn't prep you with any, so so if there's something you don't feel comfortable talking about, just shy us away from it. But yeah, but give us tell the listeners what ELDA'S Kitchen is and what it's all about.
Sure. Well, I'm going to start out with a little bit who Elda is and why we picked Elda's Kitchen. So, Elda is my Italian grandmother. I referred to her as Nani, and she was always in the kitchen. And she just created all of these great recipes. And really, I credit her for my love of cooking. So it seemed only right to name our brand of cooking and grilling sauces Elda's Kitchen. So Elda's Kitchen is small batch artisan made in upstate New York. What's really interesting is that we found another family owned company. The people that own the plant, they started out with 10 employees and now they're up to about 50 or 60 employees
Wow.
since we started Elda's Kitchen. So we're really proud to be American made and to create jobs, especially during the pandemic when it was, it got scary for a little
Yeah.
bit with everyone losing their jobs. So Elda's Kitchen, small batch, artisan made. Our flavors are, we have a range of flavors. So we have a garlic and herb, which, you know, that one is great as kind of like last night I made a 7-layer Mediterranean dip. So I used the garlic and herb to just, really enhance those flavors. But then we have something on the total opposite end of the spectrum, which is it's called spiky, and it's a spicy candied teriyaki.
Wow.
And
That's good. Yeah.
like,
That sounds really good.
if thank you. If you guys love bacon like I do, that makes a fabulous candied bacon.
Oh yeah,
Who
now
doesn't?
you're
Yeah.
talking my language now.
Yes.
That's one thing we haven't tried. We've tried the Theo's steakhouse. I like using that one on charcuterie boards or sausage and cheese trays.
Yeah, that's a southern thing there,
Yeah.
sausage and cheese board.
Well, it's thick and it's different, and it goes really well with meats. So I like pouring it out and using that. But we haven't tried the spiky sauce.
Well, we'll have to get you samples of that one too. Yeah. So and I'm like, you're bored in my head. I'm trying to picture it. I love that idea, and I'm gonna have to borrow your idea there.
Yeah, definitely.
So that is just an awesome idea. Well, we'll give you credit for that when we post photos.
No, we always serve a sauce with, some sauces with our meat and cheese trays. Especially, we do something down here in the South called sausage and cheese, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Smoked sausage.
it's a smoked or kielbasa style Polish sausage, and we season them, grill them up, and slice them up and serve it with different cheeses. A lot like you see people do charcuterie with cold cured meats, but ours are hot off. We like the hot ones off the grill, and we just keep it simple, call it sausage and cheese. But it's not
I
fancy,
love
but a good
that.
dipping sauce goes with it, and that's
Yeah.
what we had those different sauces out trying them, and that's just something simple as dipping a piece of cheese in a sauce or a piece of grilled meat and tasting it. You really get the flavors of it, and that was what I liked, and I liked the uniqueness of it that you could use them as a marinade too, even.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. And I will tell you guys is that I'm located in California right now, but we're actually headed to Texas.
Oh,
So
right.
I'm excited to try all of the things that Texas and the South has to offer.
Definitely. Are y'all going to the Texas barbecue contest? Is it the Houston going on right
We
now? No, never mind.
we are not. So we are. This will be our first year there. So we're just trying to really get a grasp of the area. We are going to be outside of Houston, but now I'm going to look into that.
I think it's just over. It was
At
Oh,
least
it was
for
just over.
business.
It was
Yeah,
last week. I was getting my
that was a
dates mixed
huge,
up.
the huge Houston Livestock Rodeo barbecue contest. That's a huge one. And
Okay, I'm going to
yeah.
have to watch for that next
Yeah.
year.
So right now, currently, where are you distributed?
So we are, our plant's in upstate New York, so that's where all of our product is coming from. We're in Whole Foods across the United States. On the East Coast, you can find us in Harris Teeter, and on the West Coast, you can, besides Whole Foods for both locations, on the West Coast in California, you can find us at a market that's in Southern California. It's called Lazy Acres, and we're in New Leaf Markets, New Seasons. So we're just in a bunch of little markets, but then we have Whole Foods, and we are available on our website. And Amazon is soon to be up and running for fully with Elda's Kitchen. We are on there currently.
Well, that's great coverage, though. I mean, with Whole Foods, that's nationwide for sure. And then the direct to consumer from website, I know that's kind of where we started, and that's a whole different animal. When you're talking about having to take orders and ship them out yourself, that's a whole different division of your business.
It really is. And making sure the bottles arrive perfectly too. That's where I get a little extra with the bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know, Elda or Nani helped start the recipes. But what point did y'all decide to turn this into a business where you were going to make it available for consumers?
So this story starts back in the mid 90s. I was still in middle school at that point. And my dad Aldo started out with the Jamaican jerk. And
I was going to say that's one of my favorites real quick, because I'm a big, we love Jamaica. We love jerk cooking, jerk style. And that sauce was great.
Oh, I'm so glad you liked that one. That means a lot, especially since you are used to jerk chicken and like that style of cooking. So I'm glad that you really like that. So he started with Jamaican jerk years ago, and then we had a brand called Marinade Bay. So anyone who's familiar with Marinade Bay, it was sold at Whole Foods as well. You could see some of our flavors are the same. So we have Theo's Steakhouse now. Marinade Bay also have a Theo's Steakhouse. We say that it's the same sauce. It's the same as when we first started. So Elda's Kitchen, we were with a different production company. We just got too small for all of the other accounts that they have. So you kind of just phase out your smaller ones, unfortunately. And that's where we found Brooks Barbecue, who is currently making our stuff. And so Elda's Kitchen, it started about, we're going into our 5th or 6th year of business. And so Elda was always in the kitchen. I can still remember her barbecue sauce that she made to put on chicken. And so it was her love of creating good flavors that helped my dad Aldo and I create all these flavors. And my dad's always just like coming up with flavors. We have customers come to us and are like, hey, we are doing this promotion around this sort of flavor. So last year during the summer, they wanted a shawarma and a Cuban mojo marinade, and we at Whole Foods, and we came up with those.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about the uniqueness of it. It's not just geared towards just barbecue. It's more cuisine driven, or you can use it for different, international style flavors or whatever. You've got a sauce to fit that mold, across the whole line. And I don't know if I know all the sauces you have. So if you want to touch on bases on what all y'all have available.
Or what's your favorite?
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, I have to say my favorite. Well, okay.
What's
favorite
your
is what I'm using at the time.
Yeah.
But I would have to say our Kentucky bourbon.
Wow, really?
Because, it really, you could take it and you can make it the star of the dish, or you add it and it adds that little extra flavor where people are like, what is this flavor? It's really good. It adds a lot to it. So Kentucky bourbon, definitely.
Is it kind of sweet, kind of smoky?
It is. It is. And it's just, I'm flashing to hamburgers right now because I mix it into the hamburger meat before I put it on the grill. And it just adds, I like to look at our sauces and I tell people like, this is keeping you out of the spice cabinet, out of the fridge, because there's so many flavors in here. So it makes your dinners quick, right?
And that's what people like.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, as everyone's so busy these days that you want flavor, but you also want it quick. And that's where we really step in and help.
So where did Theo come from?
So Theo's Steakhouse came from, it was actually a sample sent to a customer, and on the label, it said Theo's Steakhouse. It was only going to be Steakhouse, but the customer was like, oh, you're naming it after me. And it just kind of stuck. And I think everyone just kind of knows, hey, who wants Theo's Steakhouse? So
we tried that sauce like Shell mentioned with that board. I was like, wonder who Theo is.
What's his
must
story?
must be a pretty good steakhouse to have a sauce named after.
So I got to ask, what's your favorite recipe to use with that black cherry barbecue sauce you have?
Oh my gosh. So first of all, if you're going to barbecue ribs, that is like my favorite. But the other day, I actually just made meatloaf muffins with the black cherry barbecue. That was one of the first recipes that I came up with. So if you go to our website, you see a bunch of recipes that are just kind of out of the box. And I've actually made a cheesecake using one of our sauces.
Really?
Was it like a savory cheesecake or?
No, it was sweet. It was with the peach habanero.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I could
And
get down on that. Yeah.
yeah, it was, my husband's like, oh my gosh, what are you feeding me? I'm like, trust me on this one. It is good. So really, I'm like, where was I going with that? I started cheesecake and now I'm on dessert. That's how my mind works with all these creations.
You can't pick out one favorite. I know how that is.
Yeah,
There's not just one favorite. There's so many.
Yes, there's just, take a look at our recipe. So black cherry meatloaf was one of my original recipe creations that I was like, we're going to take these sauces and we're not going to use them how people think to use a marinade or a finishing sauce. We're going to just revamp them and we are going to make it fun. So every Wednesday I go live on Facebook and Instagram.
Is that under Elda's Kitchen for the listeners out there? Where can they find you on that?
Yes. So Elda's Kitchen Facebook and Elda's Kitchen on Instagram. And I go on there and I take our cooking and grilling sauces. Sometimes it's super basic. We've done hot wings in the past, but last night I made a 7-layer Mediterranean dip using our garlic and herb. So I want to show people that, hey, these are more than marinades or finishing sauces.
Definitely. And I like how you do that. You actually did one recipe I saw where it was a wedge salad and you used hot sauce to go with your wedge salad. And I thought that was, or it was a hot wing sauce you used. You used the hot wing sauce to go with that wedge salad. I really like that idea. I'd never seen that done before. I like the idea of making a buffalo wing wedge.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I know I'm always reaching for like the hot sauce and I was like, how can I incorporate Elda's? I'm like, we're just going to add it in there. It was super delicious. I love a good wedge salad.
Me too.
So how many products are you up to now?
Oh my goodness. I'm not even sure. I think we are nearing about 20. So we do have our 8-ounce bottles, which are the retail size. And we also have a 64-ounce food service size. So some flavors are only in that 64 ounce.
Okay.
And so I didn't know that was part, a division of the company either. So you actually sell to, I guess, restaurants, food trucks, more of a commercial use, right?
So the 64 ounce are actually found behind the meat counter in Whole Foods and other small retailers like Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter isn't small. So Whole Foods, Harris Teeter, but out here we have New Leaf and New Seasons, and they're used behind the counter.
That's cool. That's a whole market that we've looked at getting into, where you can actually sell to someone that's using that sauces in another capacity other than just trying to use it, for home cooking
At home,
or
yeah.
whatever. That's a great idea.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is. It's, my husband is actually, he works at Whole Foods in the meat department. So it's kind of nice. We sync up very well with, you bring home meat, I'll figure out how to season it.
Yeah, that's a win. That's a win-win. You got the butcher side of things, and then you got you doing the recipes.
Do you have a freezer full of meat?
Yeah.
We don't have the room out here, but we're like, we really need a chest freezer.
Yeah.
We need to go to these county fairs and just, buy from 4-H or FFA.
Yeah. So before we get off here, is there anything else in development for ELDA'S?
So, we're always thinking of new ideas. So just kind of stick around, check out the website, because I know that there are a lot of different flavors flying around from the gentleman who takes our ideas and brings them to life. And my father and I, as well as everyone else who's part of the ELDA'S Kitchen family, we get an idea and we really just go with it.
Well, we love the idea that it's a family-owned, family-ran business, and you guys are doing a fantastic job with the marketing, with the recipes, with the flavor, with the social.
Recipes are worth going to check out. You have pages and pages and pages of recipes, and they're all really great. They're very interesting and different. So it's worth going and check out the recipes. So we know we could find you on Facebook and Instagram at ELDA'S Kitchen. Where else can people find you? What's the website?
So our website is www.eldaskitchen.com. And also, if you head over to YouTube and you search ELDA'S Kitchen, we do have recipe videos on there as well. Some of them are a little bit longer, and some of them are those short recipe videos that I know I really enjoy when I'm scrolling social media.
We've learned that the short content is what people are watching.
Yes.
Well, fantastic. Well, Brie, it was so nice of you to come out, to come on and share the ELDA'S story with us today. And we wish you all the best. And people can find ELDA'S products at Whole Foods everywhere. You've got where was it on the West Coast? What stores?
Oh, on the West Coast, we are at Lazy Acres in Southern California, New Leaf and New Seasons, which are scattered from about Central California all the way up to Oregon. Awesome.
Well, soon to be on Amazon, but you can go to the website and order too. That's at ELDA'S Kitchen. So.
Yep. And our Amazon we do have products on there. It's just, we're still trying to add video and make it interesting for customers that are wanting to buy it.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Brie, for joining us today. It was a pleasure getting to know you a little bit.
Thank you both so much for having me on. I truly appreciate your time.
Enjoy your trip to Texas.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Get some brisket. Brisket and beef ribs. That's what you need to be looking for.
Yeah, we're relocating down there, so I am sure to enjoy Texas barbecue.
All right. Well, yeah, you're gonna love it. I promise you.